गड़गड़ा वागी वड़ी शरणाई नगर जनो सौ हर्षमा लावे लग्न बधाई राजुल बैठी गोखमा
So cute.
હવે તને બોલતા આવડે
આજ દીકરી એ બતાડે છે ગાણું બતાડે પેપર ખાણું
Okay, so I actually asked you date board.
Today is August 13 no 11 August 11 2013
Okay.
and we are in the house of Natilal Girdalal Chandan Natilal, which is our birthplace about 70 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. So now you can speak in English or Gujarati.
Bannem Police.
બંને માં બોલજો જે પાવે.
If you present before your students, that will be Gujarati, English will be better.
ના કારણ કે હું છે ને બધું ટ્રાન્સલેટ પણ કરીશ
Carry it at simultaneously.
simultaneously. So જે વસ્તુ ગુજરાતીમાં તમે લોકો બોલે હું ઇંગ્લિશમાં લખીશ કોઈ બધું ચિંતા ના કરો.
Gujarati bhi also English bhi pure hote. That is very good.
हाँ.
Before your students.
Yeah, fine છે.
Which is better?
બહુ તડપણ મને જેવી રીતે તારું અવાજ રહ્યો છે કે
એ પણ બોલ
ઓથેન્ટિક એટલે
Authentic is real.
જે યુ નો મને એવું નથી જોઈતું કે તમને વિચાર કરવો પડે તને શું વાત કરવું છે જે નેચરલી આવે બોલજો રાઈટ ઓકે સો કેન યુ ગાઈઝ તમે લોકોને થોડુંક વાત કરાશે આ લાઈક આ ઘરનું શું હિસ્ટ્રી ખબર છે when did your dad build this house? Do you know any of those things?
Part of the house was purchased by my grandfather, that means Girdalal Shah. We have got documents to that effect. Thereafter, renovation was done by Natilal Girdalal, my father. And thereafter, another portion of the house was also purchased by my father, Natilal Girdalal. That is the adjoining house, which abuts on Bathini Bari. There are two streets in Batatapur. One part of our house is in Karakuas, but part of the house is in Bathini Bari. So we have put a door connecting two houses. As and when the person increased in the family, my father purchased this.
But as long as you remember, તારા લાઈફમાં આખું છે કે was it
So
in
we saw
pieces?
the house, the whole.
Yes.
Whole. અને were you born in the house or in the
I was
hospital?
born in the house. There you can go there and see, to take a photograph. Because my delivery, my mother's delivery was done in the house, not in the hospital. See, that is this place. I was born there.
Yeah.
As Motiben and Naniben were saying. Similarly, Alkaben was born in this room. At that time also, that nurses used to come to our place, see that they would do the good deliveries of the ladies. And thereafter, slowly and gradually, people started moving to the nursing home. Alkaben was born here.
Yeah. How about you, Dad? In the hospital?
No.
No, I was born. I think in our family all are born in this house.
No.
Motiben, Nariben.
I don't know.
We don't know that. You can ask to Susanna Baba where she was born.
Okay. But you think that you were born in the
But
house?
he was not born here, perhaps. He was not born here. Myself, I remember. Vasant also, I don't know whether he was born in this house or not.
Okay.
Probably in the hospital.
Probably in the hospital.
In the cardiac hospital.
Yes. Yes. That
રતનપુર
hospital.
બી જેઠાભાઈ ની પેલી હતી
That hospital was well known by some lady name.
Yeah.
લાંબેલ સાળન પાછળ હતી એ
In Manekshaw. ના, રતનપુરને પણ પછી તમે લોકો જોડે.
હા આપણે
Do you know what year your dad was born in, Dada?
Dada, I don't remember, 1902 or something like that.
My father, you are talking about my father,
Yeah.
then perhaps at
Dada.
the age of 58 he died in
That was
61. So
1961.
that was 1903. Probably.
Yeah.
Near about 1903.
Yeah.
But his father, when did he born, I don't know.
And what are your memories of your father? What
My
do you?
father was a very good businessman. He was small build, must be 5 feet and 2 inches, black complexion, wearing long coat and dhoti, and earlier black cap, and thereafter switched over to white cap. He used to give us, every day we had to work for him and change the buttons of his long coat. Because every day whenever he changes the coat, we were asked, please change my buttons. So we had to do that. Sometimes we did not like it. Even then, by respect to the father, we did it.
And see, they were all silver buttons in the long coat. It were about 8 silver buttons. And in the shirt, he used to wear the double cup shirt, and it has gold buttons on the shirt. 4 buttons here and 2 and 2. So that was the thing, that gold and silver were used for the regular buttons also.
Yeah. What was his nature like? You know, nature क्या हुआ तो, personality क्या हुआ तो?
I will say little strong, but loving.
Strong but loving. Do you guys have any memories of him? Evo, like specific memory che story?
Well, one time I remember, I never saw him cry. But when we dropped Pravin Kaka at a station, after he started accounting, he came, even on the railway station he cried.
Yeah. Do you remember when he passed away?
Which one?
Do you remember when he died?
I did.
I could not.
You weren't here.
Pravin Kaka was not here.
I was at Jamshedpur.
But I was up to the last moment. This was the way his bed was. And there was this part, it was in the olden form. It was a big part. But he was living here. And we saw him over here, I think. Jaswantlal's father was sitting here. And I think somebody else.
Ratilal Bogilal Kachwala. RB Shah.
RB Shah was there probably.
He was here.
Yeah, and
And
there was
Dr. Bogilal.
Dr. Bogilal was there. And he sit down in the bed and he said that I don't feel good. So he come down over here and slept. And that was his last.
Unfortunately, nobody recognized that it was a case of heart attack. At that time, people were not very much aware of all these things. And later on, one doctor was Suman was called.
Suman was called.
Two doctors were called.
Yeah, he came with the, I think that, not blood pressure, but the
Stethoscope.
Cardiogram. He came with the cardiogram. And he saw it and he said that I don't think it is worth to take the cardiogram, because cardiogram, you know, he has to put down all spots and so forth. So then he said that I can give one injection, which is the last resource. And we back and forth talked with everybody, and he said, all right, let us do it, because and the injection didn't work.
Yeah.
At that time, medical science was not that advanced as it is today. It was not advanced as well in India it was concerned. And I think what he was complaining that I have some gas trouble.
Yes.
Gas trouble. In fact, it was a heart attack. Nobody could recognize.
He did not know anyway.
If the position would have been today, then perhaps he would have moved into the hospital.
Definitely.
He might have survived. That's of course
No, but
the hint of what.
it is a blood, but he would have survived in this age. Definitely. Because we couldn't recognize it was heart attack.
Nobody recognized. Never, he had not problem. He had not complained about heart attack at any time.
Yeah. So it's very unexpected.
As a matter of fact, some years ago when he was to be insured for 50,000, in those days 50,000 means 50 lakhs today.
A lot of money.
So that man had a foresight. So he says that if my life is uncertain, I must get myself insured for 50,000. so that my children may not suffer. He got in short. And at that time there was some problem, but which we do not know.
Okay.
I think that was, he had a heart attack at that time, but it was again, couldn't
untreated.
recognize.
So,
And he was, see, the problem, one more problem was that it is not a problem, but we were all overprotected. That was the, so,
Especially Vinod Bhai and Basant Bhai were suffered because they were overprotected and they were under his shade. Under his shade. So they did not develop much to the extent to which they should have developed. Whereas I was thrown in the market. They do CA. I said I want to do CA, okay. He came with me, requested one form, that this is my son, please take him. Okay, we'll take him.
yeah.
And Anil was also in another line, so that was the good point that we both went in a different line other than the cloth business. Because cloth business, he was the only person to be could handle it. These people could not, because we were always suffering from short of money, always. And the cloth business required a lot of money.
Yeah. Mummy, I'll go first. Sorry. So, why do you think that
One
you...
thing,
yeah.
ask only the pertinent question, otherwise we will go on speaking.
But,
We
like-
are not supposed to speak what we are speaking, want to speak.
Pravin Kaka, I want to do the least amount of talking. I want you to say whatever is coming to your mind.
But that we will have to edit, no?
Yeah.
I think it will not be...
I'm going to...
Nobody will understand. Also, Nili will not understand what these people are saying.
Yes, she will.
Perhaps.
I will edit it so that it's very easy to understand. Promise. I'll edit it so that you can understand it perfectly. Don't worry. Don't worry. So, Agam was telling us that when Dada used to come into this port, that women wouldn't even look at him because he was so respected.
That's very correct.
You've heard those stories?
That's very correct.
Can you talk a little bit
well,
about that?
he was respected in this street also and Pataraspur also. The whole, because Pataraspur is about 8, 9 or 10 streets, and he was respected. And one time in this whole area, there were only 2 cars. One was owned by us and one was owned by that another mill agent. Basically, 2 were, then it started, but originally, and who will come to ask for the car to take for some their marriage ceremonies, he never said no to anybody. And a lot of time I asked, but I was too small. But he said that people will ask to whom who has it. I will come to you and ask something. If you don't have it, I won't come to you and ask you. So it was his thinking that somebody is coming to us, we should give it.
And do you remember driving around in the car? Do you remember?
I remember because he was very happy. Pravin Kaka was, I think, at that time also away. And I got the license. And then I started driving the car. And then I took him so many places, like one time we went to Congress House to get some forms to apply for that Muktilal Girwadia, the one I told you.
Yeah.
We went together, we find out the forms, took it. But he was happy because I was driving the car to him.
Do you remember when Pravin Kaka left to go to college or to study for CA?
Pravin Kaka only I remember one thing, that in CA, it was, his number did not come into the, I think, newspaper or somewhere. And everybody was shocked and little bad mood that he didn't pass it. But somehow we found out in the newspaper, we brought the newspaper, and then I was the one who went over to his office and told him that you have passed the examination.
Oh, so he did pass.
He did pass. But unfortunately, I don't know what happened. Number did not come or whatever, he did not get any information from them.
Okay.
So that was good thing.
What was your relationship like when you guys were little? Tame beno.
We were fighting a lot of times. But we always respect him because the reason is he was older and he knows more than us. That is the whole thing. Because see, we did not get much guidance from anywhere else. Because we didn't have any cousins or anybody. So we learned from ourselves everything. Father was not that much. Like Pravin Kaka went to chartered accountant. he decided himself, and then father went with him. Same thing, engineering, it was my dream that I wanted to be engineer. Now, I was not advised by anybody that it is good or bad, or you take the decision. That was the whole thing.
He tried for his seat in graduation, but we could not get. Therefore, we tried also some influence. That also did not work. So therefore, he had to take for diploma in engineering. In fact, he wanted to go for degree course.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we could not, because of some mark or whatever it is. We could not. So he did it diploma. Thereafter, he wanted to do also BE also or say MIA. But in the meantime, he joined the job, and then the history started when he went to US and all.
Do you remember when Dad was born? તમને યાદ છે did he was born થયો ત્યારે જન્મ્યો ત્યારે?
No, I don't.
Yeah. Do you have
That time I may be hardly 5 years old for that.
Okay.
73. So I must be hardly 5 years. So I never knew.
Do
But
you-
there were 9 children to Chandan men, including one Fakir Chandratila.
Yeah.
Fakir Chandratila, including Fakir Chandratila. There were 9 children.
Do you remember him? Do you remember your oldest brother?
No, mine no. Because he died somewhere in 1935. I born in 1935.
I don't think I was born.
No, you were not born. I was also not born. I think there was
No,
a
but-
gap of 1 month only. After his death, I was born after 1 month.
Did Chandan Ba ever talk about his death? Did she ever talk about him?
We never did it, fortunately. And see, me and Vasant Kaka were going together. We were almost in the same grade. The teacher was coming home for the home tuition. So we were learning together most of the time.
Yeah. So you spent the most time with Vasant Kaka probably?
Mostly.
Yeah.
We are considered to be one of the affluent class of people in Ahmedabad. Because we were in a very flourishing cloth business. But some other after father's death, it slowly and gradually vanished almost.
He built up from the zero to the top.
So he was a very smart businessman, huh?
Very smart. Because with limited resources he was doing the business. And therefore what I believe that must have caused some strains in his body and mind. 9 people to be supported, society, status to be maintained, and all these things, to my mind, that might have strained his health also.
Yeah.
So he died at the age of 58, considered to be very
Very,
young.
very young.
Very young age.
Yeah.
Very young age. But what he had certain investments, say for example, new cloth market, old cloth market shop. With that, the entire family survived. These people, especially these people and Vinod Kaka's family, they had some rent income. And thereafter, when they settled, Anil left in 71. So therefore, I was only supposed to look after these people. So up to 75, I think I stayed here. We had some reasonable rental income. That is family income. But as Anil and myself are not looking to that, that is for these people to have the livelihood. Because we know that that is the only livelihood for these people. So they had some reasonable income and then we departed. But unfortunate part was that Chandan man never wanted to leave the house. Because he was very close to Agam's father. And he was not doing much. So therefore he was very attached to Vasant.
Chandan Ba was?
Chandan Ba was attached to Vasant very much.
Yeah.
Because he said that he is not doing anything. કેમ છો મજામાં ને
No,
આપડા પાડોશી હો શાક પાડોશી ભાઈ જેટલા ભાઈ કરતા વધારે
તને કીધું તું
આપડા શાક પાડોશી આપડા ખાસ
એમને તો મને તો બોલાવ્યું હમણાં જઈએ એક જ છે દાદા
દાદાને તો કેટલી બૂમો પાડે છે હસવું એટલો
હાય આવું
that is
Daddy,
No.
જાઓ પ્લેસમાં બેસીને
it's enough, I think.
Do you guys have any memories of the house, of your brothers and sisters, of Chandanba? Any memories?
Chandanba was a very religious lady, very loving lady, and she was also under the shade of my father. So my father was considered to be dominating, but she was very happy that my father tried to fulfill all her desires, purchased a necklace. Still it is the family legacy and it is with me right now in the bank locker. So we have preserved it as a family legacy. At that time it was purchased around 50,000 or 60,000 rupees. Now it cost about 12 to 13 lakhs of rupees. Very recently got its value. Still it is family legacy.
Yeah.
Your mom might have perhaps at the time of her marriage might have, or I don't know, at that time.
Did Lina Kaki wear it during the time of your...
At the time of some auspicious function, say for example, Nani Ben we give at the time of marriage, Chandrakanta also. Your mom, I don't remember at the time of marriage, she must have wore.
Yeah.
Lina Kaki must have, Meenakshi must have also. At that time. So in spite of having liquidity problem, we went for purchasing something, keeping in mind future generations' interest. Perhaps, I don't know. This is what I guess.
Right, so he was taking care of the family, but at the same time he was like shokin hato, right? Like he wanted to have a nice lifestyle for himself.
Always, always.
Yeah.
We never thought the shortage of anything till we get started making the money.
And you
Till
were
that time.
28 when he passed away, or 21.
21.
21.
61 he passed away, so what is his age now? What is his age?
21 exactly.
21. And thus, Pravin Kaka, how old were you?
I was 61 means 25 years.
25. Were you married?
No, not married. I married at the late age of 29. Nobody was even prepared to give the girl to me.
You both got married later. You got married at
At that
28.
time, nobody knew what is a chartered accountant. Nobody knew that this is such a status in the life. At that time, people were not very much aware.
How did you decide to do it then? Why did you do that?
Which one?
Chartered accountant.
Somewhere I read in the school that this is a good line. And in fact, it proved to be a good line.
Yeah.
Lot of opportunities in that. And slowly I started carrying 200 rupees only per month. Slowly I get you, but it was a little late.
Dad, you said that when you were little, tame bahut tofani hata na.
I was a little more mischievous. I was breaking the glasses. Everything.
I remember.
Here?
No, your dad perhaps. There was a silver bowl. Perhaps I think he or Munad Bhai put it in the that geyser.
This to make the water hot for the bath. At that time it was not had advanced electricity. It is a kind of big bumbo we call it, and it is used to make the water warm for the
For all the people to take a bath.
everybody was taking the bath from that hot water. And in the center it was fired by the coal. So whenever I get mad, we had a lot of silver toys.
Only I think where it is gone, I don't know. We must have distributed amongst us. There were silver utensils to play with. That was considered to be
All the toys were silver.
Only royalty, only royal people used to play with the silver utensils.
So when you got mad, you would put
I
it...
put it one in this fire, and it become the whole toy was become the lump silver piece.
Silver.
Did anybody get mad at you?
I don't know, but must be.
फोटो अंदर आवे
Yeah?
तो फिर तो मुझे लड़वानो फोटो काढ़ी ना
Don't know.
for these guys, can you tell a little bit about Basant Kaka, about what you remember about Basant
Basant
Kaka?
Kaka, they will say that that is our good memory that we stayed together. Lot of times, see, because of his health, Pravin Kaka, I keep telling him that you don't have to do any work. Just keep it quiet, go to this office, come back.
Go to the shop, come back.
That's
He
it.
used to have a driver, but later on when I took over the reign from father, I thought that the financial position is not good. So we must stop the expenses as much as possible. And that is why we survived. We immediately removed the driver, no driver, nothing doing. Then we also sold away the car. For 5, 7 or 8, 10 years we were without car. Because drastic steps were required to be taken. Otherwise, we might have gone deep into that. But that is fortunately we had not incurred any debt. No debt.
But you had to change your lifestyle overnight.
Lifestyle,
You had to
yes.
change it.
And that's why we told him, because we know that his health was not great. So we told him that go to the market and come back, and that's all you have to do. Don't do anything else.
Basant Kaka had a heart condition.
No. That was some other disease.
हाथ में जो देखा हाथ का भी काम
Okay, that was that.
नहीं लास्ट टाइम
Hole in the heart or something like that.
डॉक्टर से
But could not be diagnosed. Okay.
He could not be diagnosed just because the science was not that ahead of the time.
Yeah.
Because we tried a lot for his, even for vertigo. We went to Jamnagar and everywhere. We did as many possibilities for the medication, but it didn't work.
Yeah. There was a period of time where you guys were in a joint family, right? So you and mom lived here for 1 year.
Mom must have stayed here for a year or 2 months.
2.5
No, at that time Anil went where and he stayed here for 1 year with Kaki and all this.
Right. And Lena Kaki and you were here. Who else was living here at that time?
I don't understand.
એ ટાઈમમાં 1970 માં
हाँ.
અહીંયા કોણ રહેતું હતું?
અમે બધા we were all together staying
Everybody
here.
was here.
Everyone was here. I left only in 74.
So
Anil
do-
left in 71.
I left
And
71.
Veena left in 72 or 73. 3. So 2 years she stayed with us.
Yeah. And do you remember that time? Was it a very lively household?
It was lively. In the evening we get together, and I was working in ONGC 10 years almost. And I come very late every day, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Chandan Baba was waiting for me all the time for my dinner.
In the evening when he comes back, he was totally exhausted. His shoes you can't see, a lot of dust and all dust there. And the clothes are also, I think, very bad in that
That is
thing.
because it was
So
all
very-
in dust and dirt.
He wanted to work hard because of you. He was expecting Danny was to come, and therefore I am working.
તો પગમાં ચંપલ શું લડી ફરે છે
It's okay. It's okay.
કઈ નહીં તો.
Okay, just a couple more questions, okay?
Good.
મોટા કાકા વસંત કાકાનો ક્વેશ્ચન પૂછે
કઈ
કે
નહીં. હવે તારા જે pertinent તારા question એ પૂછી લે. અમે તો વધારે હવે તો બોલવા બેસી તો we will not stop.
I don't
Nature is
want
such
to.
that I cannot stop.
I don't
Even if I
remember-
start writing a
Yeah.
small letter, it will run into pages and pages. So therefore it is better I don't speak.
Right.
You are pertinent question.
See, Vasant Kaka's marriage was also, I didn't attend it because I was USA.
Ah, yeah.
I was
But-
here.
Yeah. Mummy
You were
was
here?
here. Yeah, Mummy was here, but I was not here. So I didn't exactly remember their youth. Agam, Zawal, they were born, and I think that I also named him, and I also named Anu.
Anand. Because yesterday I
પણ
told you,
વસંત કાકાની
No.
engagement
Anand's
we are
name
here.
was given by him.
Why? Tell me the story.
That
In
is what
his
happened.
name given by Pravin Kaka, Anar, he gave us. That's why we waiting there. Hospital people say.
Anand name was given like this, that there were 4 girls, I think. Mota Kaka had 4 daughters.
7 girls there.
And Leena Kaki had 2 daughters.
Then I have
So
one.
6.
I have one.
Lily was 1.
Yes.
Lily was 1. There were 7 daughters in the house. So we were scared. All daughters. And all of a sudden,
Somebody.
Anand was born on 1/12/71. 1/12/71. So we informed him immediately on phone, कि भाई Anand has taken birth. So he said, give him a name of Anand.
Why Anand?
It is a joy.
Happiness.
That is the main thing. And then I also mentioned that after 7 girls, we got a boy. So let us celebrate.
That was Anand.
And Neely was 1 at that time. Neely?
No, Nelly, yes.
Nelly
Nelly
was
was
born.
2 months. 12/9/61. 12, I'm sorry.
70.
12/9/71. 12/9/71.
3 months old.
Barabar?
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Less than 3 months.
After
That is
3 months,
really-
he was.
So Anu and Neely
And
grew.
Lily was born in Badilal Sarabi Hospital.
And then I went immediately to Rasungama's house because I went through here.
Yeah.
Because Daddy have to go to America. So Chandanba told my mother, do you mind if I stay here because he is going away after the birth of my kids? So I stay here up to last moment. Then I went to hospital through here. But then hospital I went to Asungama's house.
Okay.
Then Lily was 21 days old and Daddy left.
So
5th of October.
Anu and Neely were very close.
Right.
They used to live together over here.
For
Yeah.
2 years, I think.
They have same kind of clothes, you know. The clothes came from America, so they both wear same kind of clothes.
Yeah, because they're the same size. So, what did you think, Pravin Kaka, when Dad was going to America? What did you think about that choice?
I perhaps supported him also to go to America because I did not see that there are sufficient opportunities for him here. I said that you should go. And after going there, he repented, I also repented. Okay, why did he go?
You missed each other.
No, we were sorry about we came
And the
to America.
situation was not good at all.
Very bad situation.
I went through very bad time during that 71 to 74.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got into a good average job in 73, engineering job. But 74 was the going up. I got the job in Stone and Baxter. That was good. And then I think, which year you were? Agam?
77.
77 also, and at that time also the same thing happened. Then it came in my mind because of the Jainism, Agam.
Yes.
Okay, so I mentioned that why don't you keep it his name also Agam.
What does Agam mean?
Agam means, I think in Jainism there are the precious books, right?
45 agam. We have 45 agam.
45 Agams. Those are the precious books of Jainism. And that's why I just mentioned.
You ask religious question, your mom will come inside. Her religious feeling and religious belief and religious knowledge, it will come out. Otherwise, it is already dumped inside her.
Yeah.
It has not yet come out.
Chandanba was very religious.
Very religious.
He went through a lot of talk and everything.
She came to our house in
गड़िया
19...
बगड़िया करता था.
ఎప్పుడు నౌకర్ ముద్రని ગીતા નૌકર મુદ્રા
એ નહીં પણ પછી છે ને આવો વાડકો હોય, વાડકાની અંદર કાણું હોય. એક છે ને પાણીમાં બાળકો મૂકી દેવાનું અને પાણી પહેલા લીટર સુધી ભરાય ને ત્યાં સુધી ખાવાનું. And she is done.
Fortunately, in those days there were no cooks. People were not keeping. We were keeping cooks. We were keeping servants.
સર્વન્ટ હાઉસ
Servants. And we had got house for servants,
સર્વન્ટ્સ
which only very few millionaires nowadays can afford. At that time we had a house, and there we had cook for many years, I think.
Cook were since long time.
Where he lives.
And servant was there all the
Where
time.
you make him lives.
મેઘજીભાઈ હતા
Third house
Third house.
માં આપણું હતું એ house.
એટલે
It was-
મેઘજીભાઈ હતા ને તમારા
Yeah.
Wow.
You said that you and Pravin Kaka used to fight. Do you remember what you used to fight about?
It was small flight when we were playing in the street. Because see,
Not
they,
very serious.
they were the older group than me. So I was not taken to his group whenever they go away. And we played.
And you wanted to play with him?
No, we were playing the cricket a lot of times together. But other than that, he was in the older group, and at that time it was not that it is one group.
Did you look up to Pravin Kaka? Did you admire him? Did you look up to Pravin Kaka?
Always. But
Always.
I take it, see, by chance or by respect or by well, whatever he bring these new clothes, I used to wear it.
That everywhere it is like that.
Without asking permission?
But a lot of times I ask, lot of times I don't. But I wear his sweaters and everything, I remember. Whenever he's buying the new, I take it out.
Yeah. When you went to do your chartered accountant, you did it in Ahmedabad or somewhere else?
In Ahmedabad only.
In Ahmedabad.
I used to work very hard. And sometimes in lighter when somebody says that Pravin Kaka's table's footrest was so much damaged or so much spoiled because of her leg and constant 10 hours work. I used to work for 10 to 12 hours a day for last 3 months before the examination.
Yeah.
It was tough examination, CA, chartered accountant.
It considered to be very
Hardly
tough
2%, 3% result.
at that time.
2 students passed.
All over
out of
India,
100.
all over India, there was very bad, very strict with us.
So when you didn't see his name in the paper, you were very upset.
But everybody was upset in the house that he didn't pass.
Yeah.
And that was the final exam. See, there are 2 exams. First he passed, second exam, and then he has to do it all over. It was hard.
Yeah.
And I saw Anu also working for CS. I cannot believe it. He was in the university library right from the morning to the evening. Lot of times he carried his lunch, and I was so surprised that he was working so hard.
Yeah.
कल्पना पर ऊंचा
Yeah.
किधर करना
Do you guys, so there's 11 rooms in this house, which at that time, even now you don't
Without
see a...
utility, the 11 rooms are without utility because you have to pass through one room, another room.
It is
No
all
room and then a
connected.
bathroom.
Right.
So it is practically old types of house.
But in that time, there were no homes. This was huge.
Huge.
Huge. But did you each have your own bedroom? Before you had wives, did you each have your own bedroom?
No. We were used to sit most of the people in this room, some people perhaps in this room. And the third floor was Faiba city.
Faiba was father's sister.
The father's main point important which should be noted is that father's sister got her husband died when she was only must be hardly 18 or 19 years. Thereafter she stayed with her father, maintained her for lifetime or till she died. Yeah. She was very loving lady, but she was very strong lady. Sometimes maybe quarreling with Chandanba also, we don't know. But Chandanba was also very patient and she used to tolerate the difficulties because she was also dominating, but she was so much loving that when I was reading and if I get sleep, she will just take out my specs and then will ask me to go.
What was her name?
Sometimes some another thing.
Oh, go ahead.
I think my engagement was there. So Lina used to come here sometime. So who are there? I will ask her to keep aside. So I will go and she might slowly enter the house sometime. So she used to open the door.
What was her name?
She was worried about everything.
Jasiba.
Jashiba.
And so that was your one, that's your Faiba.
And she stayed with us always. She was a part of the family.
Did Dada have any other brothers and sisters?
No.
Oh, just one.
No.
And what about Chandanba?
Chandanba had a family.
Only 3-4 sisters, 2-3 brothers.
14 days
14 that was one. But we used to go to Mauda every year, once a year for vacation. That was our, we call it Mosar or Mama's house. And we used to go to Mauda. Me and Vasant Kaka.
70 kilometers away, 70 to 80 kilometers.
Did you and Vasant Kaka ever get into fights, or you guys got along
Never.
most of the time?
Never.
Did you have the same group of friends?
But Vasant Kaka was not participating in the
Cricket.
or anything.
Yeah. Kaka, who was closest in age to you? Who did you spend the most time with growing up?
Which one?
Which brother or sister was closest in age to you?
Age to me.
Yeah. Like who did you Who did you spend most of your time with when you were little?
I think Sushila was taking great care of her. Because till we were married, I was married. She used to take with me, with them. Sometimes some photo, some studio also. Sometimes some picture also. Picture I do not remember. For going to Jatra or for going to Darshan, she tells you come with us.
She took the responsibility of the house, I will say. After Chandanba, she was the one who was responsible for everything. Means she managed how to do, what to do. So.
Agam and Dhaval and Shalvi took us up to the roof, and they said that this is a good place for the kite flying competition. Did you guys used to do that up there? Yeah?
We used to go. Now I'm scared to look at it, even that I was jumping these roofs.
Tell about Nili's story. Nili fell down.
Were you jumping from...
I was going from this corner to the that Upasari Dhaba is
Yes.
and then even we go up to the Mansawala's place,
Yes.
the kite flying and kite catching.
You'd go all via roofs?
All very risky.
Everything is risky. As I said that if I look at now, I'm scared today that I was doing this.
Yeah.
We were jumping, you cannot believe it, how we, from that Upasrai Dhaba, we were come on the other way to that next door guy. Just jumping, cross over the wall and jump on the other hook.
Yeah.
Do you know that Nili fell down 1976? We came first time.
Nili was in this upstairs
Yeah.
and I think she fell herself, right?
She was looking the
ચોક
kite
ચોક
ચોકમાં અને મીરાની એક્ઝામ ચાલતી હતી એટલે મીરા છે ને ત્યાં પાણી પીવા આવી નીલીનું ફોડું અને મીરા એને મૂકી લીધી. If Mira is not there, then her head will be broken.
That was Miraben was there and she took
She
it.
was just drinking water. We have પાણીયારું કહેતા હતા. તો પાણીયારું means પાણીનો બધો સામાન આજે ને કિચન ત્યાં પાણીયારું હતું અને મીરાબેન એક્ઝામ ચાલતી હતી એસએસસીની આઈ થિંક એટલે મીરાબેન છે ને પાણી પીવા માટે જોતી હતી છે ને નીલી ઉપર આમ જોવા માંડી અને પડી ગઈ બારી ખુલ્લી હતી એટલે સેકન્ડ ફ્લોર ઉપર અને નીલીને હાથમાં વિનાબેને આમ મૂકી લીધી ને તો એટલે માથું બચી ગયું પણ નીલી અનકોન્શિયસ થઈ ગઈ પછી સમયમાં આયોડેક્સ હતું આયોડેક્સ અહીંયા હોય ને લગાડીને ડૉક્ટર આવી ગયા સિવસ ઓકે બટ એને એમ કહે કે મોતી એની ઘાત ગઈ બચી ગઈ અને ફર્સ્ટ ટાઈમ 14th of February ને
14th of January.
14th of January
It is
1976
kite flying.
1976 14th of January.
Now, the question which will be helpful to explain to your students, what will the questions you would like to ask? What are the questions which will help you to explain your students of second curriculum? These are all personal.
Some of these are
all personal questions. May not be very helpful according to me.
No, it will be. It will be, Pravin Kaka. Definitely will be still. Because my students will ask these kinds of questions to their parents, right? But I guess one question I have is, Avu Pord, like our Nano community, we don't stay like that anymore, right? So, how do you think life is different living this way compared to how we live now? So in America, we live in a house, we have a yard, there's all this space. You live in a bungalow, in a community. It's very different than this lifestyle.
That's right.
So, can you talk about how it's different and what do you think is better or worse or whatever?
Yes, I will tell. These conditions are very good because your neighbors are like your family. The entire neighbors are like family. Whenever there is need be, every neighbor will run to you and come. Whereas in our case, only or in USA, I don't know, but there the neighbors are not that close as here. So for example, Badresh Bhai, some other neighbors, they are very close and whenever any need is arises, they will come running to us. That is one of the most important point which I will keep in this type of living.
Do you want to say anything about that?
That same thing, that neighborhood is the part of the family.
So, do you think that this style of living, this horde neighborhood, right? Do you think that in 50 years 100 years, this kind of lifestyle will even exist in India anymore?
It will come back.
It will not exist. I don't think that people see start.
Like I'm saying, in 50, 100 years, do you think that there will still be ports, or do you think that everything will turn into flats?
Four.
People have started living poor and went to the outside, the city, and stay like the people in USA stay. They want to have prosperity, condominium, then row houses like that. So whenever man flourishes, is prosperous, he would like to move out because there are some minus point also. It is not properly ventilated, properly light that doesn't come. You don't get the fresh, free air as we are getting in our outside society area. So people, whenever they flourish, they will like to go out. They will not like to stay here. Unless the circumstances force you to stay here. We stayed here up to 74 because of liquidity problem, finance problem.
Resources.
And whenever the family expanded, we have no other way to go. But we saw that no, these people have at least bare minimum living.
Yeah.
That is what we could do.
You see that this is going to stay like this. The reason is these people will move out. We moved out. The people from the suburban villages, they will come to the town also, and they will start the same kind of life before they go further. So this is going to be circulated over and over.
Yeah.
So this might stay. Don't know how long.
Yeah.
People will change. Rural people will come. They will find out houses because this will be cheaper compared to the outside houses.
Yeah.
They will come and stay.
So they can afford this one right in the beginning. And as soon as Agam and Deval make money, they will be thinking to move out from here. So those are the basic things, that it's a cycle. People will go out and new people must be coming in.
Yeah.
Might come in.
So I don't know how to ask this question, but I'll explain. So, like, if I had to say Neeli Chene, one of Neeli's personality traits that she's taken from Mummy is she worries a lot, right? One of Daddy's personality traits that Pinky's taken is that she's very organized, right? So, can you think of any personality traits you guys have, you have Dad or you have Pravin Kaka, that reminds you of either your mom or your father? What do you think you've inherited in terms of the way you think or the way you act from your mother or father?
I don't understand.
Does that make sense to you?
હું કેમ કે છે કે લાઈક નીલી છે ને જે મને હું બહુ વરીસ કરું છું અને નીલી પણ એવી જ છે અને આ પિંકી છે ને બહુ વેલ ઓર્ગેનાઇઝ કે ના બધું અપ ટુ ડેટ હોય સેમ થિંગ આમનું પણ બધું અપ ટુ ડેટ કામકાજ એટલે કે શું કે હેરિટેજમાં આવ્યું છે કે અને એનીનું મિક્સ છે બધું જ લાઈક એટલે
Ask the question.
કેમ કે બ્લડમાં આવે ને એ તમે તમારા મધર સાઈડ તમારામાં તમને મધર વધારે દેખાય તો ફાધરનું વધારે દેખાય
Or what do you see?
તમારામાં તમે વધારે પડતા મધરના ઉપર ગયા છે કે ફાધર ઉપર ગયા
વધારે પડતા પણ not even just
વધારે ક્લોઝનેસ કોની સાથે?
closeness not like what is like either of them. બંનેને બોલાવો.
બંનેમાં તમારામાં કોનું આવ્યું છે વધારે વધારે કે ઓછું શું બી આવ્યું જે બી આવ્યું
શું આવ્યું છે વધારે ઓછું ને એવું કશું નથી.
તમને તમારા મધર અને ફાધરની જે અમુક હેબિટો આવી તમારામાં કઈ છે?
We both are the hard-working heritage from the father. That is the basic thing. That's why we succeeded a little more, and we were thinking independently right from the beginning that I wanted to be like this. So that is I think that from father we got all that, and love we got it from the mother. That try to help if you can.
Yeah.
That's right. These are the correct assessment.
Yeah.
Correct assessment. I endorse her view, his view.
Are there any other particular stories that you think, or Dad, is there anything else that you think?
Like Pravin Kaka is like Daddy is curious guy, but Pravin Kaka is more curious. I can see that. Since I married, Pravin Kaka was talkative, and I think Sushila Pai was talkative. Okay.
Yeah.
અને એ નથી ખબર પડતી કોણ ટોકેટિવ હતું તમારા ઘરમાં કારણ કે આમ બધા બહુ ક્વાયટ હતા. ડેડી હવે બહુ જ બોલે છે પણ ડેડી પહેલાં બહુ ક્વાયટ હતો. પ્રવીણ કાકા બસ પહેલેથી ડે 1 થી કે પ્રવીણ કાકા લાઈક મિક્સિંગ વિથ એવરીબડી નાના ફઈબા બહુ બોલે, મોટા ફઈબા
ઓછું.
વેરી સેન્સિટિવ, વેરી સેન્સિટિવ.
વેરી સેન્સિટિવ.
દીના ફઈબા બોલે પણ એ એની રીતે બોલે શાંતિથી. પણ મોર ફ્રેન્ડલી હોય તો પ્રવીણ કાકા, આખા 8 ભાઈ બહેનનું ડેડી પ્રિયંકા વોઝ મોર ફ્રેન્ડલી. એટલે કે અમારા ફેમિલી સાથે તો બધા મિક્સ થઈ જતા હતા એકદમ ફટાફટ. બીજા બધાને વાર લાગતી હતી એમ.
એટલે
બધા shy
we were
હતા.
all quiet and shy rather.
અને અમારા ઘરના છે ને
But
over.
it's true that we were shy.
અમારા ઘરના
And
over બોલે.
Kaka was always
અંદર બોલે.
dashing that he start talking anything.
I would like to share with people.
Yeah.
વધારે પડતા બોલે.
Ma'am, I'm not, is there any
I'm
other
done.
questions that you think, or Dad, can you help me think of any other questions you think I should ask?
Really.
Yeah.
Because our young time had gone through this house. This is a remembrance. We like to come back and back
Best thing
and visit it.
આ ઘરમાં કેટલા 100 વર્ષથી હશે ને બધા? 100 years old this house, that's great.
At least,
I
right?
was born in this house in 1936. That is 78 years.
અને તમારા પેલા
78 years. અને એ પહેલા
બે બહેનો જન્મી
બે
અને
બહેનો.
બીજા મોટા ભાઈને ફોટો લીધો ઉપર પિક્ચર લીધું. Yeah, he was born Pakistan Kaka. So he
The
might
mess-
be 90 years old right now if he's
The
alive.
message your student should get from us is this. Number 1, love your family. First, love your brother and sister. Love your city. Love your school. And love your country. This is the message I would like to give to your sons and to your students.
અને એક
You love Ahmedabad, Pravin Kaka. You feel like Ahmedabad is in your heart. એવું લાગે?
No. I only India is my heart.
Yeah.
And I am prepared to go wherever I want, wherever I get chance to go. Earlier I had a desire, but I could not put in practice because I wanted to go, because you see, after I become CA, I straightway went to Nagpur. That your dad did not tell that my father came to give me a send off, not at the station. He said that I will come to Bombay. He came to Bombay and gave me a seat in Bombay Nagpur train, and there he departed. So we had not moved out. We were pampered. Again, we were pampered child. We were given all facilities in the life, all facilities in life. So my father was very reluctant to send me, but I said that for my future he should allow me. Because in Ahmedabad at that time salary was 250 rupees per month for a CA.
For chartered accountant.
I got an offer of 550 rupees at Nagpur. I had never seen Nagpur. I have never gone out of Bombay. Up to Bombay I had gone to look after the family business in Bombay. That was left out. We had a family business in Bombay. Father established the business, but because of employees or because of lack of administration, we lost there also. Otherwise, in Santa Cruz, we had a flat which might fetch 10 crore or 15 crore today.
Right.
That was, of course, an empty house.
મારા ફાધરને બી હતું બોમ્બે, મારા ફાધરને બી હતું.
10 to 15 crore.
No, he developed quite a bit, but we didn't have many
Because
people to look after.
Nobody to assist him. Because Vinod Bhai assisted him, but he was not very successful.
Right.
And we, right from the day one, we wanted to go to other life.
And it sounds like he wasn't trying to give you all the responsibility because he wanted to continue to take care of you, right?
So, as I said, that we were overprotected.
Yeah.
Even if we traveled to Bombay, I remember that it was a special bogie. He made it so that in your compartment nobody can come in. He was like that. So,
Bombay to Nagpur, again, he wrote to his friend in Nagpur. My father had a friend in Nagpur. He was one of a very senior, a very good citizen of Nagpur. So he wrote to him, my son is coming. He has never moved out. Please keep him for 3-4 days. I stayed for 3-4 days. I was not knowing some etiquette. That those people, that was I forgot her name, some Sutaria or something like that. And their family were, you see, latest family, latest culture family. So I was feeling fish out of water.
Yeah.
How to mix with those people. After 3 days, I said that okay, thank you very much. Now I engaged one apartment and then I stayed. Sutaria, I forgot her.
I know Sutaria something.
नहीं
Nagpur
But at that time those people were leading citizen of Nagpur, my father's friend. So otherwise my father would not say, but okay, because my son is coming for the first time, please keep him for 3-4 days, let him settle down, then he will go.
Were you scared or were you just excited? Were you nervous? डर लागतो હતો તમને?
डर નથી लगता. I thought that this when I went to their bungalow, it was a very big bungalow, very etiquette. Their children were very etiquette. Then there were some doctors and something like that. I was feeling fish out of water. Whether I will be able to come to that standard. So therefore, after 3 days, I was supposed to leave also. That is what my initial feeling.
So I do have another question. In 1947, India gained independence, right? 1947, and you were 7 years old, and Pravin Kaka, you were like 12 years old. 11. Do you remember anything from that time?
Not much. Today I don't know. I don't remember much.
And do you remember what your mom and dad thought about independence or anything?
It's a very, very blurry thing that I saw the policemen at the back of our house. They were making the round, the Britishers at that time, because 1947 was the takeover, and at that time a lot of fights were going on. They were cordoning the areas. It is just blurry that I remember that we have to close the doors of the back house, close the door so that they come up to here, those at that time. But it is all blurry picture that yes, we were forced to close the door at the back house because that was the road going past road. So that's all I really remember. Nothing much.
Okay.
All right?
આપણે અહીંયા છે તો તમને લોકોને કશું સવાલ છે?
આ લોકોના ઘરની આમના ઘરે જેવું પડીને આવી મારું ઘર બી છે પણ એ લોકોના ભાઈ બહેનમાં like totally opposite than my ભાઈ બહેન. We argue so much, we fight and we laugh everything. This family, they never argue with brother and sister. Then I never saw them fight.
That's good.
And if you came to my house, we are all arguing, talking. Even today I am talking with her. If my brother or sister is talking with you, they will talk with you like they know this woman. And this, they never fight. They never fight. That is unbelievable.
It's good. તમે લોકોને કશું questions છે એ લોકો માટે? Anything? About your dad or Meenakshi Kaki or anything?
She was very loving.
બધી જ ખબર છે.
Meenakshi Kaki was a very loving person.
અમને મંજુલા કાકી જોડેથી બહુ સાંભળ્યું છે.
એક મને એટલું જ આપણે પેલા ટાંકું હતું ને મને
અહીં છે પણ we never know.
મંજુભાઈ કહેતા હતા કે હું ઊભી રહીને આ જ્યારે બનાવ્યું ને ત્યારે ટાંકુ મારા દેખતા જ આ પથ્થર મૂક્યો.
અમને ખબર
એ
નથી.
પથ્થર છે એની નીચે હજુ આ
ટાંકુ છે મને ખબર છે.
ટાંકુ છે હજુ છે
હજુ છે.
અને એટલે છે ને
એટલે બહારથી પાણી ના આવે, વરસાદનું પાણી જ એમાં સ્ટોર થાય ને એ જ વાપરવાનું.
રેની વોટર
હજુ એવું ને એવું છે.
હજુ બંધ કરી દીધું અને એટલે છે ને બપોરે છે ને we all used to sleep over here. It is nice and cold in this place.
Because of that reason.
Yeah.
એની નીચે હજુ પાણી છે.
અને આ નીચે ટાંકું હોય છે.
ટાંકું એટલે?
ટાંકુ is storage of water.
સ્ટોરેજ ઓફ વોટર.
To this day it's down there?
Only rain water is coming
Rain
over.
water was going down. But that was before we bought the house actually.
Yeah.
ભાઈ મંજુલા કાકી એવું કહેતા કે ભાઈ એ કર છે ને દાદા એ કરતું બદામ ને કેઝ્યુ ને બધું
અહીં આ કપાટ
ખાલી ના થાય, ખાલી થવા ના દે દાદા કે ખાલી થાય તો દૂર કરી નાખે કે
બધું આપણા ઘરમાં બધું રોલી
રાખતા હતા
એવરીથિંગ.
દેરાસર જૂનું થઈ ગયું પણ મારા સર જ્યોતિષ બહુ સરસ
એટલે કાઢે ને એટલે ફરીથી આખું ભરી દેવાનો કહેતા ખાલી ના જોવું છે મારે.
એમને ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ હતો થોડું બતાવી દઈએ એને.
Okay.
Now take the picture and then
Yeah.
okay.
Thank you.
Welcome.
આ લોકોને બંનેની વાઈફને બોલે
બધા આવી જાય છે અહીંયા.
लाख लाख दिवडानी आरती उतारजो, लाख लाख અવસર